In 2015, Splatoon was released on Wii U, garnering a high amount of praise and enough of a following to pave the way for a sequel. 2 years on, and we've received it in the form of Splatoon 2, a follow-up released for the Nintendo Switch. But does this game feel like a true sequel, or just an overhyped facelift? Find out in this review. When I booted up the game, the first thing I did was enter the Octo Canyon, a single-player campaign centered around introducing the core gameplay, and a sequel to the Octo Valley found in the original Splatoon. Much like its predecessor, Octo Canyon begins with the Great Zapfish being stolen, with the Octarians as prime suspects. The twist this time is that Callie of the Squid Sisters is also missing, and you are tasked with finding both her and the Great Zapfish. Levels generally focus on platforming and combat, with a number of interactive objects, such as grind rails, which I only wish had been implemented into the online modes. There is a great deal of replayability, with an abundance of upgrades and collectibles, but overall, the single player is not a challenging or standout experience. Keep in mind, however, that it's not the main attraction here, and is stellar for what it is. Moving along, the meat of the game here really is the online modes. You start out with the basic mode of Turf Wars. Turf Wars is a 4-on-4 battle to cover the stage with more ink than your rival team. The basic rules still apply, although the wide selection of enjoyable new stages, as well as the select few returning stages, help keep this mode fresh and enjoyable. Once you have leveled up sufficiently in Turf Wars, you will be granted access to ranked battles, which return from the original game. Ranked battles are perfect for players seeking a more hardcore challenge than the standard Turf Wars. You play to increase your rank, and if you lose, then it will go down. There are 3 frequently rotating modes implemented in ranked battles. These are Splat Zones, Rainmaker, and Tower Control. Splat Zones involves claiming and maintaining control over one or more select regions of turf on a stage with your ink color, while Rainmaker centers around seizing and carrying the titular weapon to the other end of the stage without being taken out. Both of these modes embody the same chaotic gameplay of their original incarnations. Unfortunately, I was unable to try out the updated Tower Control mode, although from reading the rules, it seems like there is now a checkpoint system in place, meaning that the tower will be halted at various intervals in order to endure a countdown. If you can successfully maintain it, you will be free to move on. In my opinion, this is a change for the better, as it means that there is more opportunity to reclaim the upper hand, as well as keeping all players on their toes. The stages for Turf Wars and Ranked Battle are constantly rotating, meaning that you can expect a somewhat different experience every time you play. There is also a private battle mode that can be selected at any time from the lobby. It seems to offer a higher level of freedom in matchmaking, allowing the host to set the stage and mode and then play with friends. Unfortunately, this game mode requires that all participants have their own Switch, so I could not try it out. It would be a great idea to implement some kind of local split screen so that you can play with friends and family without having to shell out an extra several $100s. Once you've leveled up enough in Turf Wars, you can visit the shops at Inkopolis Square. Here you have access to shoes, shirts, and headgear, as well as weapons. Clothing items each have a different ability, and can gain more abilities when leveled up. At Krusty Sean's food truck, you can purchase meals, which temporarily boost your online cash and experience, and drinks, which can help you to get your desired sub-abilities for clothing. All the weapons from Splatoon return this time around, along with a selection of new types. These include the Splat Dualies and the Brella category. These are tough to use at first, but I can definitely see learning their ins and outs as a worthwhile investment. In addition, there are several new types of sub-weapon, as well as all new special weapons. All of these additions really switch up the online environment and give this game a different personality to its predecessor. The final addition to this game is Salmon Run, a horde mode which involves working with a team to take out waves of salmonid enemies in order to obtain golden eggs. It's a steadily increasing challenge and will put your cooperation skills to the test. Although at the time of writing, there are only 2 stages, the variety is created through other means. Each round you are assigned a different weapon at random, and environmental factors such as different tide increments, fog, or time of day affect the experience from match to match. The wide variety of salmonids and boss salmonids means you'll need to memorize several strategies and rely on all team members. Unfortunately, this mode is only on during certain time windows, making it somewhat difficult to join a match without learning the seemingly inconsistent schedule. The graphics are now improved, with a 1080p resolution when docked, better lighting, and more vibrant colours. The music retains its quirky identity, with a slew of new tracks, which further distance this game from its predecessor. To sum up, Splatoon 2 is a genuine sequel to the original. It obviously relies heavily on the mechanics created by Splatoon, although the content is mostly brand new. There is already heaps to do, and it seems as though regular updates will only increase the amount of content to be explored. If you enjoyed the original and want more, play this game. Even if you didn't play the original, you should still pick this up, as now is as good a time as any to enter into this uniquely colourful experience. Thank you for watching this review. Please remember to subscribe, as it helps me to create more content. Also, comment any suggestions on how to improve my reviews in the future, and any upcoming games that you might like to see reviewed.